We started this week playing with half, the fraction half. There were some items that I had you write at the top, and we went over this sheet in a good amount of detail, and I asked you to keep it in your math folder. In fact, it would probably be a good idea if you kept it sort of as a bookmark in your math folder until we start hooking it in. The reason I'm referring to that is today you now need to investigate 1/4. A couple of things that I want you to write. 1/4 is also called a quarter. So I want you to write up here that 1/4 is sometimes called a quarter. And I want you to, instead of the fraction 1/2, we won't need that, but this bit, labeling which part of this is the part and which part of the fraction shows you the total, you need to write that. Here you need to write top divided by bottom, and I actually want you to do out the division. 1 divided by 4. Because I want you to get a decimal equivalent in your head for 1/4, even though we're focusing mostly on the fraction part of it. Now, given that, the rest of this page looks very similar to what you did for 1/2, but now you need to think in terms of fourths. So you need to show 1/4 in 6 different ways on the clocks. Remember, use the colors so that it's easy to tell. All right, here was 1/4, here's another fourth. You will not have the overlap on these clocks like you did for 1/2. Why? Because 1/4 is a smaller amount. So you can show it more times on these clocks without overlapping. Given that 1 hour is 60 minutes, how much is 1/4 of an hour? How many minutes? Use the clock if you need to. Then 3/4 of an hour. So if you put 3 1/4 sections together, how many minutes are there in 3/4 or 3/4 of an hour? This one will be a bit tricky, but use the clocks. You should be able to figure it out. Show your 1/4 on the number line. So remember, between 10 and 11 is a whole thing. Fourths means it's divided into 4 equal sections. Right now it's divided into 8 sections. So how can you show 1/4, one of 4 sections between 10 and 11? Do a bit of thinking. Other numbers to show 3 amounts that are still equal to 1/4. A real world problem for which the answer is 1/4. So this one, I will talk you through. So this might need to be a subtraction problem, right? I have 2/4 of a pizza. So that means my pizza is divided into 4 sections and I have 2 slices. My sister ate, so I don't have it anymore, I had 2/4 of a pizza. My sister ate 1/4. How much pizza do I have left? Real world problems always need to end with a question. What is my answer? Well, 2/4 minus the 1/4 that my piggy sister ate leaves me only with 1/4 of a pizza. So you absolutely may copy this real world problem because we did not practice it. What about 1/4 converting feet or inches or yards to inches? and include a sketch. I'm going to actually start with the sketch. So in 1 foot, this whole thing is 1 foot, there are 12 inches. If I take my 1 foot and divide it into quarters, 12 inches in the whole thing, how many inches in each of these 4 parts to end up with 12? Well, 12 divided by 4 is going to give me 3 inches in each section. So I have 1/4 of a foot, right? Those 12 inches were in the 1 foot. 1/4 of a foot will equal how many inches? 3 inches. So you need both this drawing and the 1/4 of a foot equals 3 inches. Perimeter and area. And I need the perimeter of number 2 to be such that number 1 is 1/4 of its size. So whatever I get for number 1 times 4 has to equal number 2. Okay, so what if I want my area to come out to be, or my perimeter, add these all the way around, what if I want that to come out to be, I don't know, let's say about 20. That should be an easy one to deal with. Well, these 4 sections have to be added together to be 20. I could make them each 5, but this time I'm going to reflect that this is a little bit longer. So if this one is 6, the one across from it is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. I need a total of 20. 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 4 is another 10. That gives me 20. So 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 will give me 20 units. These are just straight line units as I walk around. What then is my perimeter of number 2 going to have to be? Well, 20 times 4, it's going to have to be 80. This is the only way. If this perimeter is 80, 1/4 of it is 20. 80 divided by 4 gets me the 20. So what numbers do I need to add together to get this one to 80? Well, let's see here. Perhaps I could multiply each of these by 4. I wonder if that will work. So 4 times 4 is 16, 16, 36, oops, no, times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 and 24. Let's see if that works. So 24 and 24 is 48. 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 48 is, woohoo, 80. It worked. So 16 plus 24 plus 16 plus 24 gives me 80 units. In order to find the area, I have to multiply length times width. So the area of the first one is 6 times 4. That is 24 units squared. Length times width. Oh, gracious. 16 times 24. You couldn't see that. Sorry about that. 4 times 6 is 4. Carry the 2. 6, 0, 12, 3, 4. 6 plus 2 is 8, 3. According to my quick math, it is 384 units squared. You might want to double check me on my multiplication. The point I wanted to make though is I multiplied my sides times 4 to get a perimeter that was 4 times larger. The area though is not going to be 24 times 4 to make it 4 times larger. The area, I have to multiply the length times the width. So just because you have a perimeter that's 4 times larger than the area does not mean that's 4 times larger than another perimeter does not always mean that your area is 4 times larger. Finish the chart. Y equals 1/4 of x. So whatever y is, say it's a 1, x has to be 4 times larger. That should get you started. An example of food showing 1/4, and tell me, what does 1/4 mean? So make sure that you have the information that I showed you on this sheet, but then it is also your responsibility to finish this. There is an online assignment to practice simplifying fractions as well. These two need to be done today. They are assignments. I am not grading them. So if there's something that you are not sure of on this 1/4 sheet, absolutely send me a photograph, an email asking me about it. Otherwise, make sure it's completed. Keep it with your 1/2 sheet inside your math folder. And don't forget to do the online portion for today.